Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Carol Hickman here with Chickstamper. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much for joining in, whether you're watching live today or on the replay. Once I'm done with this video, it will post to YouTube and I'll be able to put it onto my blog at chickstamper.com, and you can find it all sorts of different ways, and of course on Facebook as well. So welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I wanted to talk about a few things today. First of all, today's projects use the Flowering Field Suite, and it's so gorgeous. It's the Tulip Suite. It's windmills and tulips, and it's just so fun and pretty and very spring-like, right? So kind of perfect for this time of year. So our projects today are going to use that suite. Hey, Sharon. But first, I just wanted to talk about a little bit of housekeeping stuff. It's mid-March, so we have just a couple weeks left, 2 weeks, I guess, from yesterday, right, for our Savings in Bloom promotion. And what this is the mini Stamp & Cut and emboss machine, which you can see. Trying to get my hands right. There we go, right there. It's 20% off. So it's on sale right now for $48 through the end of the month, as well as 13 different bundles. So a bundle of stamps and dies, and they're 20% off. Usually you can get a bundle for 10% off. So this adds an additional 10% for these 13 sets. Hey, Francis. And so 20% off is pretty awesome. Again, the sale goes through March. So it's a great time. I've posted the flyer, I've emailed the flyer, but it'll go out again in today's email, just as a reminder. So be sure that you check out the description above the video, and that has a link. If you're not on my email list, you want to get on that, because that's how you'll stay up to date on everything. Hey, Donna. Thanks, you guys, for joining in today. So just a few weeks left of the Savings Are in Bloom promotion, where you can get 20% off of things. All right. Let me take a peek. Oh, next week is my online BOGO for the spring. So what that means is I have a special Facebook group. So you're going to want to join that if you're not already a member, because that's where everything happens at. And that Facebook group address is facebook.com/groups/Chickstamper BOGO. But you can always just search Chickstamper BOGO in the Facebook search area as well. Join the group. What happens is I will start Monday morning on the 21st at 9 a.m. Phoenix time, so that's 12 noon Eastern, with a video, and I'll explain how it works and things like that. But I'll also be showing some of the items, and so it'll be kind of fun, a little jump off starting point for the online BOGO, and people can choose and take, and I'll walk you through it. But I've got several different albums of products on there. Hi, Marlene. Lots of products, and they're kind of divided into different, let's say, stamp sets A through D, that kind of type of albums on that Facebook group. And so basically you can go searching through the album to see what you want. And there's a bundle album of punches, things like that. And then you'll right take on the you'll click on the photo, and then it has its own little thread. You'll right take, and then send me an email with the different items that you want, and I will double check that I have them and everything's correct, and then give you a host code, and you will shop in my online store. Let's say you find $100 of retired product that you want. So you'll shop in my store for $100 of current product. I will ship you the retired product for free, except I have to charge you the shipping. So I have the priority boxes, which are like stuff in as much as you can. The weight is okay. So of course the sale is only for people in the US, but so shipping is anywhere from about, I think it's $8.75 to $15, $16, depending on how many items you get. So we can work all that out, but I just wanted to give you a rough idea how it works. And then I send you all that love, and it makes me so happy when my retired product goes to loving homes and it has a chance to get used and things like that. So keep that in mind. That is all next week, but it begins Monday morning, so you don't want to miss out on that. Let's take a peek. I have 5, maybe 6 boxes left for my retreat to go. So I'm having a spring retreat this year, the end of April. But my retreat to go is all the fun sharing with you at home. So it's make and takes will be sent to you. All of the pillow gifts will be sent to you. You have class options if you want to take either of the classes, and you'll receive all of that product and pillow gifts and things like that. It's so much fun. You'll get the same bag that my retreat go attendees will get, things like that. So I had a cancellation. My in-person in Scottsdale, I have 2 spots available, but I have, I think it's 6 boxes available on the retreat to go. So check out today's description for all of that stuff, you guys. Let's see. Oh, next week, as demonstrators, we're going to see the retiring list. So we're going to get to see the new catalog, which begins in early May, but also then we'll know what's retiring, right? And so we have all these new products coming, but it's sad to see some of the things go. Remember, our 5 in colors will be retiring. And remember these from the last few years, how much fun we've had with these colors. Oh gosh, that Magenta Madness makes me so happy. Do you remember all these? These are so cute. Now is the time. If you want to get any of these products in these colors, you need to get it now because they're going fast. So if you want cardstock, ink refills, markers, anything like that, get them ordered. Even though we know that they're retiring when the list comes out on Tuesday, they seem to go much faster. So if they're even kind of still in stock. Speaking of in stock, remember a few weeks ago, you guys loved when I used the New Horizons suite? And several of you I know tried to order it, and that day it went unorderable. That's back in stock. So the whole New Horizons suite is back in stock. The Rainbows of Happiness bundle is back in stock, so keep that in mind. Today's Flowering Field suite that we're using, it's a double suite because it has 2 bundles, and I'll show you those. But it is on low inventory, so if it's been on your list, get it now. Be sure, if you're not a demo, be sure you look up above, and you'll see in the description my host code currently. And you'll be able to order that, and then you'll get today's projects for free. So everybody who orders $50 or more between now and Monday night will get today's product kit, so the class kit. So everything's cut for you, the paper, the ribbon, the embellishments, everything will be sent to you with really cute thank you gift. And you'll just use your stamp inks and adhesives to put it together. So you'll have the tutorial and everything. So, okay, phew. Hey, Sue, are you guys ready to see some stamping? That was a lot, I know. A lot of housekeeping stuff. Let me turn the camera down and we'll take a peek and we'll get to do what we like to do, and we'll watch some stamping and stamp along, hopefully with me if you can at home. So the Flowering Field Suite begins on page 14 of the spring catalog. January through June catalog. All right, let me move my phone down, you guys. Hang on just a sec. And it always gets kind of hung up here. Let's see how we're looking. And I hopefully can bring it up on my, there we go, my tablet, and see what's happening. There we are. All right. Hopefully, oh, well, I see we're straight. That part's good. Let me just get the bottom so you can see that host code for your orders. All right. So today's bundles, it's a whole big suite, but check out these adorable bundles. Flowering Tulips, and of course, all of these great dies, and I'll show you some of those today. And then Tulip Fields, and this has the windmills and the bike. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so cute. Some clouds, we've got cloud dies. So much fun. All right, so one of the reasons I wanted to use this particular suite today is because this is going to be my club suite for April. So my Stampin' Besties Club, it's a card club. We make 6 cards, and so everybody who's in the club who isn't local, because I have a local in-person class, if you are not local, then I ship out all the packets around the 1st of the month or so, and we get together on Zoom the second Saturday of the month for a Zoom meeting. So we're actually using the suite for that. And so in April, these are 2 of the cards that we're going to make during our Zoom. Slimline, Stampin' Up! Now has slimline envelopes. Aren't these beautiful? So much fun. So the one thing that comes in the suite that we're not using today are these cute brushed brass butterflies. We're going to use the polished dots embellishments instead. But these butterflies are so fun. We used them in March, this current month, for our card club. And it's just so much fun. They're so pretty. All right, let's take a peek. So today, our first card is a Z-fold card. You can see that, and it uses this cute windmill. Now this ribbon, this checkered ribbon is in the suite as well. And look at this fun tulip paper, isn't it? I just love it. It's just beautiful. I'll try to get a few more lights on you here. Hopefully you're not seeing too many shadows. So this is going to be our first card today. It says, let today be the start of something new. And then this is the envelope that coordinates with it. So let's go ahead and stamp that. So remember that the full tutorial PDF will post later today on my blog at chickstamper.com. So you want to make sure you go over there, you can print it out, and then you'll have all the directions, and more importantly, you'll have all the measurements in case I say something that's wrong. At least, I mean, I feel better that you're going to have access to all the written ones. But I will tell you, for a Z-fold card, it is cut just simply hot dog style. So it's 4 1/4 by the full 11 inches sheet of cardstock, just like you're making a card this way, right? And then you're going to score at 5 1/2, but you're also going to score at 2 3/4. And that is just dividing this one side of 5 1/2 right in half. So you can see our Z-fold card is now taking shape. Give that a little extra good burnishing. So then it'll stand nicely and lay nicely as well. All right. I just love, love, love the different papers in this suite. So here's this one I showed you a little bit ago. Look at those beautiful tulips on there. Just so fun. All right, so evening evergreen, and then I've got some soft succulent because I want to put this piece right here just like that. And we're gonna use some of that beautiful ribbon that comes in this suite. So pretty. So I'm leaving just a thin edge of that soft succulent. Just a little pop. And before I put it on my card, I want to put a piece of ribbon. So this is the window pane check ribbon with the evening evergreen. And when I first saw it a few months ago when the catalog came out, I wasn't as crazy about it as I am now. It kind of grew on me. Just, I think because it's so different. It's just a different look. But now I think it's really fun, and it's very spring-like, I think, and it goes really well. So I finally came around, which is good. I had a few months before I really wanted to start using it, so that worked out well. All right, so I'm just going to put this little piece down towards the bottom, kind of wherever you want, but I'm going to put my windmill kind of over it and above it a little bit, so I want to have room for my windmill, basically. And I'll just make sure that that's going to stick down, and then we're just going to put it right on the front of our card, as the Z fold comes back. Now my friend Hetty, you know, is from Canada, so they say Z fold. So whichever way you want to call it works for me. There we go. All right, so this is a pretty simple card. Now I want to stamp this windmill, and we're going to use Evening Evergreen ink. You can see that I have used rich raspberry on this windmill, so that kind of stains the stamp, but that's okay, it still works great. And I'll show you what I made with the rich raspberry as well. All right, so we've got our windmill, and we're gonna cut that out with the die machine. So I pre-did that. So I ran it through my die machine and I cut it out. And now I thought it would be nice to kind of age it a little bit. I thought it was, if I put it on my card, it's cute, but I wanted to just kind of make it look a little cuter and age it, make it look a little more realistic, I guess. So I'm just taking a sponge dauber and my crumb cake ink. And I can lay it down. It's whatever you like. I kind of like to get it around the edges a little bit, so that's why I want to hold it up. But then on the windmill itself, sometimes it's kind of easier because that's a little smaller just to go in there. Okay. So that's just a little crumb cake ink. So when you see that on the supply list, you'll know what I was doing with it, why I was using that. Okay, so we can put this windmill up here. I don't have a sentiment on the front. The sentiment is on the inside of our card. So what I'm thinking is I could put it about right here, and then I'll put just a little knot of ribbon over on this left side. So let's get some dimensionals. And then maybe, whoops, maybe a bit of some mini dimensionals. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna work. That will pop up these windmills, blades, I guess they would be. And that'll pop it up on our card a little bit. All right, so everybody who's in Card Club for April will be receiving a full pack of the ribbon. You'll get a half a pack of this gorgeous designer paper and some of the polished dots embellishments. So that comes in your kit, plus everything is cut and scored. You'll probably want to have the kit to do some of the cutting, or you could just fussy cut some of the stuff because there are some cards that use dies on some of this gorgeous designer paper. So that might come up, but you can do that. Here's some of our polished dots. You can see I've been using them a lot because they're so pretty. There's a pale pink side and then the clear side. And on this card, I think we'll use some of our clear ones. Just right up here at the top of it's kind of like a lighthouse, but I know it's not, it's a windmill, but that middle part reminds me of a lighthouse. There we go. And we could even use a little Wink of Stella if we wanted, just to kind of give it a little bling. You can't go wrong with a little bling. And even sometimes you can't go wrong with a lot of bling, right? It just kind of depends on your card. All right, and then I think just a piece of ribbon that I can just sneak under here. And I'll just tie it in a knot. So that was maybe 3 or 4 inches. Probably 4 inches would be a little easier. And I'll just trim that. There we go. So there's the front. I think it's really pretty. It's the paper that makes it, right? The paper is just gorgeous. All right, so for our inside piece, we're gonna have a piece of soft succulent because I want to have that nice skinny edge. And then our white piece to be able to write on, we'll go ahead and stamp. And then we can stamp our envelope as well. So let me get this piece back. So this really cute stamp has little tulips on it. It's just like a trim piece. So I'm using Mango Melody ink because that is such a gorgeous color for this time of year especially. I really like using Mango Melody in the spring, and then at Halloween I like using it. So I'm just going to take this and do it all the way across the bottom. There we go. And I've got a little strip. This is just a 3/4 inch strip of designer paper that can go on this as well. So we'll just go ahead and put that down. Oh, and let's stamp the sentiment while we're stamping, just in case I need to flip this piece of paper over. So our sentiment on the inside says, "Let today be the start of something new." So I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen ink, and I'm going to put our sentiment over here on the left because when the card is closed, it will hide it, and you'll just be able to see the cute paper, designer paper, and these little tulips on the bottom. So let's take a peek. Well, it's not exactly straight, but I think I'm going to leave it because I think it's okay. Sometimes a homemade card, you just got to let it be and be happy with the way it is. There we go. So I want to put some more of this pretty, pretty paper on here. And I'm just kind of going edge to edge on this right side, and if I have a little extra, I can just trim that off. There we go. All right, so now this piece can go onto our soft succulent. And again, I'm just leaving a little bit on the edges there. And let's see if I can just get it up here a little bit. Okay. And then it'll go inside our card. There we go. How cute is that? Again, it's the paper. The paper makes it, right? It's just gorgeous paper. All right, so let's stamp our envelope. Here's the sample. So we're going to put some of that cute tulip border on it with the Mango Melody ink. And this fits exactly on it. That's kind of fun. Nothing to overhang. All right, and then back to the Evening Evergreen ink with our windmill. There we go. I think that's pretty cute. What do you think? I hope you guys like it. I appreciate you watching. Okay, so we've got card number 1, our Z fold. Isn't that fun? And our card number 2 is coming up here. Let me just switch things around a little bit over here. There we go. All right, let's show you card number 2. Card number 2 uses the tulip dies. There's also dies that cut out the stem and the leaves here. And this one says, just thinking of you today, which I always am. I appreciate you guys. So I've got, again, that really cute checked ribbon. And so look at this pretty designer paper. Isn't that gorgeous? So this uses the fresh freesia. So we're going to be using that. It uses the real raspberry. So we're going to use that, or razzling. Oh my goodness gracious. Rich razzleberry. And then I used some Wink of Stella on that. So let's make that one. It's a cute one too. Again, our card base is going to be Evening Evergreen, just like the first card base. But this one is back to kind of, I'll call a normal card base, right? Half a sheet of paper, hamburger style. So it's just half a sheet the other direction, 5.5 by 8.5. And we're scoring right in the middle at 4 1/4. So we folded it, we burnished it, and then we've got some of our pieces here. Again, fresh freesia on the bottom with this gorgeous designer paper. Isn't that pretty? So it's just going to go right on there. Ooh, and look on the back. That's more of a Highland Heather color on the back. All right, let's get these going the right way. Because we've all done that, haven't we? Put things upside down on our cards. So I'm just going to get another little bit of ribbon here, probably about 5 1/4, 5.5 inches. Oops, I forgot we got a stamp. We don't want to put that on our card yet. Okay, Evening Evergreen ink. And then just thinking of you today stamp. Now the pressure's on to get this stamping right because I've already put my designer paper on, silly me. There we go. We'll take that. Now we can get our adhesive on there and put on that ribbon. All right. So now it's ready to go on the front of our card. And I'm just trying to center it. I like to have these wide bases lately. You may have noticed that I've kind of switched so that my card base color generally shows through quite a bit because I just enjoy that pop of that nice wide band of color there. All right, so this card, the basics are done. So what I've done is use those dies that came with the tulip set, and we've cut out our leaves and our stem. So what I did is I kind of just built this and then I set it on here with some dimensionals. So let's take a peek here and kind of try to remember what I've done. And both I'm going to call this the bottom. So I think I just kind of built it like on this a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of that liquid glue. See, you guys, I really am getting better at it. Just a dab, though. And let's put our stem right on that. And then our other side, we can just put a little, whoa, that's kind of a big blob there. We don't need that much. There we go. And then I'll just kind of lay it in my hands, and it's really wherever you like it. There's no wrong or right. But that kind of gives us that dimension, and then of course our flower will go up here. All right, so let me hold that there for another minute there. And then we'll put some dimensionals, and I can set my dimensionals right over where I had things kind of held on, and that will help hold them as well. Let's get a mini dimensional here. There we go. And I'm okay with the top part not having anything because I'm going to be putting my flower over that, and so it's okay. That'll end up holding it down in the long run. So we'll just take these little backings off. And then there's really no wrong or right. It just depends how far down you want it, how far up you want it, and all of that. So again, this is loose, but that's okay for now. All right, so we've got one of our flower stamps for the tulip and some rich raspberry ink. And that's the stamp. And I'm just going to, again, cut that out with my die machine. So here I've got one ready for us. And I'm going to put it on here with some dimensionals. And then we'll use a little Wink of Stella on it, and that will just make everything so pretty. There we go. Oh, thanks you guys. I'm glad you like them. All right, so I'm going to use my Wink of Stella right where I have the ink. And that's just going to make that ink kind of pop. Changes the color a little bit. And if you do this when your ink is a little fresher, because I stamped this one before my video, I'll show you, you can almost paint with it. And I'll show you on the one that I just stamped, so you can kind of see the difference. But it just makes it kind of stand out and pop all the more. And you could cover the whole flower. I just am choosing to just do the part that was inked. But if you like to do the whole flower, go for it. Okay, so let me grab this one to show you. It is a little different. So this one, see how pretty it is? But it will, if I wanted to, let me show you. See, I could paint with it because that ink is a little newer and fresher, so it's not 100% dry all the way. Even though we like to say it does dry fast because it's water-based, and it truly does. But I can pick up more of it, where even an hour from now, if I came back, I wouldn't be able to pick up as much of it to kind of paint with. Isn't that pretty? So it just gives you different options. But it's good to know that you can paint with your Wink of Stella. That is a fun technique when you want it to be. All right, so we've got that. Let's put a little, I'm just going to tie a little knot with my ribbon here. And just trim it, trim the edges there a little bit. And then I can get a mini glue dot. And you can put it wherever you want. I'm just putting it right below the flower, just to add a little something there. And then we want to decorate with those cute polished dots. So this time I'm using the pink ones because they're just, well, you know I love anything pink. As a breast cancer survivor, pink I love. But you could use the clear ones, but look how pretty the pink looks on there. Isn't that gorgeous? The pink, this pink is just so soft. I just love it. And again, no wrong or right. You could put those embellishments up top, things like that. But when you place your order this weekend and I ship you out the card packet next week, you're gonna get the embellishments you need for this. So remember, you'll get your ribbon will be cut, you'll get your embellishments, and you'll have everything that you need. If you want to participate and be a card club member, then you're gonna get a full bolt of ribbon and your embellishments and a half a pack of paper. You'll get a bigger kit for that, and a full color tutorial for all 6 cards as well. All right, so now we've got the front of our card. Isn't it cute? Pretty cute, pretty simple. I like that. Here's going to be our inside. So we've got our fresh freesia. It's the same size as the front. And then we've got our inside piece that we're going to stamp. And on the sample, I stamped a full flower. So let's do that. Let me get our scratch paper here in case our flower stem, I think, might go off a little bit there. So this is all from the tulip set, the flowering tulips stamp set. So we've got this cute stem. And when flower stems sometimes can be very hard to stamp, because when we stamp, we tend to kind of put a little extra weight on one side, and then they rock and get a little line. So straight down and straight up, especially on something so skinny like this. All right, so let's just get a little bit coming down here, straight down, straight up. Okay, it's hard to tell. That might have been the bottom. I might have done it upside down. Sometimes on the stems, it's hard to tell. But now that I'm looking, I think this would have been the top. But shh, don't tell anybody. All right. Then let's use our cute little flower, tulip flower with our rich raspberry ink. And I'm just going to kind of tilt it a little bit. And leave some room there for writing my note for my recipient. All right, so let's do the same thing for the envelope, but I'm going to try to do a better job on the flower stem. Let's truly get what I think they want the top to be. Oh, I think so. Oh, but look what I did. I must have rocked a little. I'll just stamp a new one to go with this card, but for now, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. It's still pretty cute. All right, let me close these inks because they are juicy. All right, let's put this on. Oh, and then I'm going to show you my cute little thank you gift that I'll be sending out to y'all who are placing orders this weekend. Well, I got it a little skinny on that side. Let's see if I can adjust that a little bit. There we go. All right, So we'll put this inside the card. And I just love how the inside is as decorated and really coordinates with the front of the card. Just thinking of you today. There we go. And then our cute envelope. Cute. All right. Here is our thank you gift, or my thank you gift, I should say. It uses everything in the suite, uses that adorable, beautiful tulip paper. And you can see that I've got a windmill here, and I did use the Wink Estella on the blades to kind of help them pop a little bit, little coloring, and one of those fun polished dots. And it holds a little mini Tic Tac container. So it's just a little box. I've made these before, so it may look familiar to you with different, of course, decorated it differently. This one coordinates with the Flowering Field Suite. So that's my way of saying thank you so much to everybody who has placed orders when I send out their class packet. Okay, you guys, let me tilt the camera back up. Oh, hey, Celine, how are you, hon? Good to see ya. Oh, thanks, you guys. I appreciate all those cute hearts. Hi, Jenny. Oh, thanks, you guys. I appreciate you watching today. So much going on, I know. I hope you enjoyed the cards, most of all, right? But things to remember. Next week is Online BOGO, so be sure you join that Chickstamper BOGO Facebook group. And I will be live Monday morning at 9 a.m. Arizona time, which is 12 noon Eastern. So come on over. We'll get things kicked off and started, and then you'll be able to shop all week. I just hope that you'll find some of my retired goodies, right? They've been loved on. Some of them very well loved on. Some of them I maybe even used once, and there's a few in there, you guys, I never even had a chance to use. So there are some great deals, and I hope that you enjoy. So we will be talking about that. Be sure you're on my email list so you don't miss the emails about that. Retreat to go boxes, 6 I think left. Message me with any questions if you're trying to order, if you're not sure about the retreat to go or BOGO, send me a message. Email me, whatever's easiest for you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I'm here. And so just let me know if you have questions. I also hope you're enjoying my 40 days of cards during Lent this year. This is the second year that I'm doing that, and it's been fun. And if you're watching, you know that some nights it's like, oh, I better post today's card because I forget. So take a peek and you can look at them. I post them also in a graphic every 10 days. So the first 10, second, third, and fourth 10 will all be in their own graphics, so you'll be able to see them if you miss any. So take care, you guys. I love you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.